Hi guys! Thanks for joining me today to learn about Illumi, SINi's HDRI lighting wizard, used for fast lighting setup and scene look dev exploration. The plugin will automatically set up the lighting rig for you, based on the HDRI you select from your library. It sets the parameters depending on what renderer you're using. So, in theory, you don't need to know anything about lighting to get started. It uses an analytical process to scan the HDRI to find the hot point or brightest spot on the image where the light or sun is located and rigs the scene to match. It does this with each HDRI you add, so you can quickly click through lighting setups to find the perfect look. Are you ready to add some light to your scene? Okay, let's get into it. As this is likely your first time as a lighting wizard, you've probably not set up your libraries yet and don't see anything listed in the plugin. Before I begin, a quick reminder that you can get to the help docs by clicking the question mark icon on the top banner. Okay, you have two choices along the top row. You can load from the HDRI library or load a custom HDRI or single file, which doesn't require setting up the library. However, in this case, I want to set up my library for this demo. Click on Add Path and navigate to where you've saved your HDRI library. Point to the parent folder if you have loads of subfolders. Be sure to adjust how many nested subfolders you wish to include. When done, close the settings. Nothing will show just yet as we need to generate previews. Click Bulk HDRI Previews, and an HDRI Preview dialog box will open, displaying a preview of the first HDRI in the folder. Check the exposure, and if necessary, adjust the settings. Please note, this exposure setting will be applied to each image in the folder. You'll be able to make adjustments to each one later. For now, when you're happy with the preview, click Bulk HDRI Previews, and the plugin will begin processing each image, creating an associated text file, and bitmap preview. If you have loads of images to process, be patient. It might take a while to process them all. When finished, click on the title to refresh, then scroll through the list to see the previews. You can add additional metadata by double-clicking a file, and a pop-up appears. Add image info, such as location, and adjust the exposure if necessary. Hit the Make Preview button to replace the current image, and save the file. Below, the Custom Single HDRI section is deactivated because I've selected Illumi to load from the library in the top row. Next, import settings. The badge shows which renderer Illumi is set to. In my case, I'm using V-Ray. I'll quickly demonstrate if I change renderers. You can see it's updated to Corona, meaning the lighting will be set correctly. Easy, right? I'll put it back to V-Ray to continue. Now, select an HDRI from the list that you wish to use. Before importing, review the checkboxes. Include setting up a sunlight system. If the renderer uses this, leave it as default. Show the dome environment. You can switch this off later. Show HDRI in viewport. Leave on to allow you to make adjustments. Merge in a recommended camera. This creates a physical camera based on the viewport view. I prefer to uncheck this and select my scene camera. Now, if you're ready, click Import HDRI. Illumi takes a few seconds to load in the HDRI, analyze the image, and set up the lighting rig. Once done, you'll see a few helpers appear in the scene. An HDRI compass with a smiley face, plus sun and dome lights. Click on the compass helper, and extra tools are displayed in the Modify panel. Illumi Compass. Before I go over the settings, I'll activate V-Ray Viewport Interactive Progressive Rendering for better display. The top section displays the HDRI we've selected. I'll discuss this shortly. Below are the image settings. You see Illumi has estimated the lighting for you. If you wish to adjust the settings, use the sliders to make basic adjustments. I'll first start by rotating the HDRI. Keep in mind the height position has been set by the image hotspot position. When you're happy with the rotation, you might want to adjust the f-stop and sharp shadows. You can also tweak the light and image exposure to meet your requirements. Next, I'll add another HDRI. Head up to the HDRI list and click the plus symbol at the bottom. The wizard will open. Select a new image, uncheck Merge Camera, and click Pick Camera if you wish to use the same camera. It's worth noting that Illumi works with V-Ray and Corona cameras as well as physical. Then import the HDRI. Back on the Illumi Compass rollup, you can see that the new HDRI has been loaded in and listed. By clicking on the listed image, you can adjust the settings below as these are image-specific. To check this, highlight the first image in the list and click Switch Selected HDRI. If you wish to switch to a different camera, click on the bottom button and navigate to the new camera. That's all there is to it. If you wish to make further adjustments manually, you will need to remove the controller constraints IK and link locks. Okay, so have a play, especially if you're unfamiliar with a new renderer that SINi supports. Have fun exploring different HDRI lighting setups. In my next video, I'll discuss Jumble, our random transform plugin. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.